hard to square up. Everybody got come, mama cries, dead sons, Lord please bless them. Back to the party, I'm just pouring my. Don't get face step before, so I live it up. When I come, better get them up. That's a floss track, better get them up. I'ma keep eating this a dinner rush. I'll let you finish up. Flockadamus, I can promise I'm being honest. This being modest. I am your Hondas, I am the finest. You rappers, plus you a liar. Don't idolize and I don't admire. Been doing me for like ever. I'm a better me, more clever. It's a new way. We surfing, baby, new age. That's a certain, baby. Let's take a ride. Put your for the ones that die. It's last tonight. Just you and I get lost tonight and lose your mind. I'm it. I'm it.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, set the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, good footwork on the spin. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. They'll set up to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. And a gain there of 11 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100-plus in this one in order to stay in that race.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And it's a fumble, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eli Harold in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
It's a big one there for the Vikings. 57 yards on the ground. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Screen play, McKinnon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and fake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
They'll drop to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Eli Harold. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Breaks a tackle, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that'll back him up 5. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. On 2nd down, Montgomery. That'll be a gain of 16, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
It's a gain of 4, and it gives them the first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Ty Montgomery, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are in for 6. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. They'll set up a throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Leonard Williams. In there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Here we go now. Over.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Green, 39. Green. Over.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Here's McCaffrey. Oh, a nice spin. 2 spins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, not at all. It came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They go play action here on first down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
All right, here we go.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you...
Josh Dotson, 30, past the 20, touchdown, Chicago. Josh Dotson, 84 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Succop for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Another all-pro play by the all-pro Eric Berry. What makes this guy so good at reading defenses is making pick six plays like that.
But we know he's fantastic athletically, can cover sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone. But he does make educated guesses. Great film study, observation during a game. And when he decides to go after it, it usually turns out right.
He had a pair of pick sixes in 2016 and a very memorable pick two against the Falcons. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown one interception. He wants to balance that off with at least one touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Room here to run. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now here's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first. Down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Back there, Philly. Here we go. Set.
first down. Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Mahomes to throw on second down, being chased out left. Out to the left there and complete to Howard.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
The Vikings on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be third and a mile. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
All right, here we go.
Mahomes now to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. O.J. Howard, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we come. And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, leads him behind on the spin. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try and pick it up in McCaffrey. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now McKinnon. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Howard. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs. Hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
The slot man in motion right. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Rivers able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. And on this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs for different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And complete on the right side to Bennett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment. Defense.
And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
following the penalty. Montgomery. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Rodgers going to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And some room to work. The 30. 10. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
And they will line up now for the two-point try. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes out to his left, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
It's funny to me because we actually keep a football in the booth with us during games. And I notice you cradling the football. You get it tucked pretty tight with the points of pressure here. And that didn't occur on that play, did it?
Now, you saying I wouldn't have fumbled if I was down there?
You would not have fumbled. You got that thing locked in tight.
I also have really large biceps. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did. Okay. It's okay to be confident, son, but overconfident, that's not a good thing. And that's maybe what we saw here. They thought they had this thing in hand, had full control, and guess what? They've got to find a way to get back to where they were before.
You think Papa Davis and Papa Garden would get along?
I think they'd get along just fine. And you know something? They'd still be giving us advice.
Absolutely. Fresh set of downs here. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And caught. This is Bennett, the tight end. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys. But you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Rodgers now on first down. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. 10 more there and another first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
Rodgers handing to Montgomery. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
319! They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll run with Montgomery, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
So this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Rivers in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. And even 40 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Throwing now is Mahomes. Going to throw right side here, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's McKinnon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Caught left side, Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 4th quarter, 2-minute warning about to hit, and it looks like they're going to get one more play in.
Be interesting to see what they try and do on this play. Do they try and take a shot, or do they just try and get to the 2-minute warning?
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make this a 2nd down. He'll look to throw. It's complete to the tight end, Bennett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. He's back to throw. Docks him with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. They'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Well, hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong. And it's
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Around the NFL 4th quarter right now in Atlanta. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Jimmy Garoppolo, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoffs. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. On second down, here's Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And this looks to probably be the final play. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal, that's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Minnesota,